Good afternoon and welcome to the first episode of Vinny's Take. Along with my video game videos, I also want to do a little commentary on the world of sports and what's going on. This will be an infrequent activity. I'll do it when I have time. I'm not going to go on here and yell and shout and all that about the teams. I just want to discuss basically something that's going on in sports and maybe get some feedback. First of all, let me introduce my background a little bit. My love is professional football. It has been since I was 8 years old, when I first had a dream that I was going to play in the NFL. Well, that didn't quite happen the way I hoped, but it did lead me to fall in love with the game. And I watched and overwatched, and NFL films became like my go-to. I didn't watch cartoons, I watched NFL films. You could say I'm a bit of a NFL nerd. I know Super Bowl information and trivia. I can tell you every starting quarterback for every Super Bowl, and majority of their backups, the head coaches, the scores, the sites, the names of the stadiums, the MVPs. That to me was my obsession growing up. That was my geekiness or nerdness, or whatever you want to call it. So as I love the sport and I see it grow, and about 10 years ago, they start shattering records for ratings and consecutive sellouts and games not being blacked out. I'm very proud of the game. But in the last 10 years, and probably actually going back longer than that, some things have been changing. Greed has taken over. The international series, in my opinion, is a money grab. The color rush jerseys are money grabs. There are ways to try and make even more money that the NFL doesn't necessarily need to make. Now, I'm not anti-expanding the game into other markets, but taking away a home game to go play a game in London, to play what we had already this season, 6 games in London, and now we got one coming up in Mexico City, that takes away a Raiders home game. The Raiders have enough issues with their home stadium in Oakland that now losing a home game, I just think of the fans. I think of the fans of the home cities. I remember as a Buffalo Bill when the Toronto series was going on, my second favorite team is the Atlanta Falcons. And man, I want to go see the Bills play the Falcons. Living in upstate New York, I thought I got that chance in 2013. Was it 2013? Yes, 2013. I knew Atlanta would be coming to Buffalo. Well, when the schedule came out, lo and behold, the game's in Toronto. Now, I know that I could go to Toronto. I've been in Canada many times before. I haven't gone since the rule changes taken effect where you need either the enhanced license or the passport, but I could go get that. But it's just the principle that I want to see the game in Buffalo. So in 2021, hopefully, the game will not be in London or Mexico City or some other city that we're trying to expand to at the time, and hopefully I'll get to go to Buffalo and watch the Bills and Falcons. Now, with that being said, I see some other things going on. This constant talk of going to an 18-game season. The only benefit that I could find from an 18-game season would be the elimination of 2 preseason games. But personally, the way things are now with the 16-game schedule, a record of 32 teams, 4 conferences of 4 teams each, things just seem perfect the way they are. The only possible thing I could say would be to expand the playoffs by including 4 more teams, 2 in each division, and getting an even 16-team playoff with no byes. That would be the only thing I could see. Now, there are other things that I'm not going to get into the protests going on right now, because that's more politics than it is sport. I'm just here to talk about the sports, and maybe someday I will cover the politics. But anyway, that's been Vinny's Take. If you like it, share, click like, leave a comment, let me know how I did, and maybe give me some topics that I might want to talk about the next time I discuss. Thank you.